Alright, hello. Seems that the internet just, gave out on us for a second. So, good news, we weren't winning that game anyway. Bad news, well, now it's a fresh stream, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to quickly refresh the actual page I'm looking at here. Come on. Why isn't it? I'm so confused. Why ain't it doing the thing? There we go. All good? Everything loading? Everything's loading. Sweet. Okay, we can get back into it. That probably counts as a loss, unfortunately. But understandably. I don't think we were winning it anyway. We have a particularly rough match against Mimigal, as I said. And, well, yeah, that's kind of that. So, unfortunate. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have anything like that for the rest of the stream. Okay, we gotta go first, and the opening hand kinda sucks. I mean, we can Lost Wind, normal a Time Lord. Discard Maxi. You know, we'll take it then. We won't bother. I was contemplating whether we should synchro summon the Gogenzaka, but the point is that apparently normal summoning a Time Lord makes people think you're going to special summon, which is insane. Right. In theory, this is ritual of some variety. Yeah. I guess we have to leave that. It doesn't do anything because the card was already sent to the grave. So there's that. We can Lost Wind the Pendulum Graph, but right. Now, the odds are this is Voiceless Voice, and we need to banish low if possible. We need to kind of keep low out of rotation. That's the goal here. So we need to pay very strict attention to all of our cards. All of their cards. While you control low, your opponent's monsters can only target rituals and cannot target lights with card effects. Discard, send, add a light. Okay. I'm not sure we're in a good spot for this, but we're going to try it anyway. The thing is, low can be used as the whole ritual material, and because of that, because the ritual is... I would think it's tribute for cost, right? No, okay, because it's that, it's tribute for a part of the effect to ritual summon. Okay, tribute Skull Guardian for Skull Guardian. I was hoping you would rather put low in the grave, but when your opponent activates a card or effect, yeah, you don't currently control low, so we'll just stop it right there. I guess they did add Saravas to hand. We literally saw it happen. It doesn't need to be in the graveyard at resolution, it just needs to be able to discard. And it did that. So they get the low. Oh, it's not to field. I thought it was to field. Alright, so they get to ritual summon. Tributing off another low. The Pendulum Graph. No, because you don't control low. So we'll banish it. Now, they can tribute off Diviner of the Herald to do it. I like where this is going. They don't attack the Time Lord in theory. They do just like hit that and call it a day. But maybe they haven't read the Time Lord. No, they're reading it. Right. What are we adding? I think it's always the Bestial. Time Lord effect, they probably won't negate this. I'd consider them incredibly stupid if they did. Well, actually, no, they can't. Right, so what do we have? What do they have? They have a face down. Do we know... Did we see them search the trap? No. They've just got it, as far as we know. And what do we have in terms of Synchro 8 in the extra deck? Exactly Borrowed. If a monster is special summoned from your opponent's extra deck. Okay. While you control low. So they still need to control low. If this card is Ritual Summon, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can Ritual Summon. While you control low during your main phase, you can add. I want to get rid of this one. They're just flipping it face up and not using the effect, which was rather dumb. Target cards your opponent controls up to the number you destroy. Yeah. Okay, I think in this case we just leave it. Like, we lose the one guy, but I'm content with that. Oh wait, doesn't... Ah, the Bestial works on rituals, doesn't he? Yeah, the Bestial works on rituals. I should have at least put Assault Synchron on board. Okay, I think we are actually kind of done here. Yeah, no. We tried. But unfortunately, they just had the trap. Well, no, we needed something different. We needed... I don't know what we needed. I don't think there was many ways we were just kind of winning that casually. Although they're still main decking Lancia, we don't really play into Nibiru. So, yeah, it's the sort of thing. We would have needed them to brick, but this gets them started. This is a starter. This is a starter. This is a starter, so you've got, like, a good few in there. I think pre-prep is as well, probably. Yeah, because it gets you into the Summon Skull, right. Summon Skull. Skull Guardian. And you have this. Oh, for a second I thought that was a Primite. I don't know why. One Max C, though, you know. Can't be running too many Max C. That's certainly a name. How do you respond to that kind of a thing? Like, of course, this doesn't have a voice chat for, like, obvious reasons. Like, Master with a voice chat would probably be an awful idea. But, like... that is just using a slur. Or as much of a slur as you can. What are you playing? Fire King? No. Glad Beast. Glad Beast Link Summon. Kaiju. You're going first and you're maining Kaijus and you're playing 60. That can't be right unless you have the other one. Like, if you're playing this, I can assume that you probably know what you're doing, but that's just not the right card to grab. Hand or graveyard with a different type from monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. That's, again... yeah. Things. You got 2 level 4s. They're different types, they're different attributes. And I need to get rid of the field spell. Although, that is just a link summon. Phantasme. Right, we can hand fix. I think we keep Tikaboo. Definitely return this. Because most of the gladiator beasts, are they different types? To an extent. Wing Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, Beast Warrior, Dino, Wing Beast, Beast, Beast Warrior. So Beast Warrior is a pretty common typing. They're gonna do... I think they are gonna do like the full combo. They just got to it in a really awkward way, but they just added the wrong one, right? They had a search for like any Glad Beast, and they just didn't get this. Yeah, and that's pretty much them off to the races. I just don't know. Again, I guess maybe they didn't realize how it works. It's not a once per turn. Any of the Glad Beasts once per turns. Except the extra deck. Extra deck is a once. Nope. Nope. No. I don't think any of them are. This one is. But that one is also like the newest card. So I think because of the time of print... yeah, it seems that like just hard onces don't really exist. This one, again, because it's new. This one is, I think, kind of recent, but like just doesn't. And these two won't. You can only use this effect. So that's the prior one. It has hard ones for the summoning condition. Activates a monster effect. Quick effect. Negate. What do we have? Sea Serpent, Winged Beast. Okay, it's Sea Serpent. That's going to be an issue. I really want to activate a card effect. Just to bait this out, so it can negate in main phase, and then I can use triple tack. Because even if I can triple tack to use it as like link material or something, that'd be crazy. It is a once per turn, and it is the same face-up card, so I don't think I'll get the negate even if I steal it. But I could use it as link material, so who knows. I definitely don't know what's going on. I've been yapping, I've been looking at random cards that are not on the field. How many cards are you shuffling back? What the fuck? Monster effect. Okay. So they are just getting a Glad Beast from the extra. Probably. Pardon me. And they set a trap, which I think we know. Well, we know that one. Maybe we don't know the new... We only know the new one. Another Chalice. When a monster effect is activated, negate, destroy. Speckle. Negate, destroy. It is that easy. Do we care for it being on the field? I don't think we do, right? When an opponent's response declares attack, you can special summon a Glad Beast from the deck. Right, we've got draw 2 or steal. I'm very tempted to just steal. Beast, beast, beast. Warrior, sea serpent. What are we taking? Must first be, must first be. I want to take this because it just has more attack. They used this already. It doesn't feel great, but I think, yeah, what we do is this. As 1. Set as 2. Set as 3. Set as 4. We don't go to battle phase. We simply transverser. This is just a... When a monster effect is activated while you control a Glad Beast, yeah. And it's a counter trap as well, isn't it? It being a counter trap is a real pain. Searchable monster, spell speed 3. It kind of hurts a little bit. Don't know what I can say. Well, level 3 or lower psychic. Is it for Ghost Ogre? Are they going to just Ghost Ogre the fucking field spell? They are, aren't they? No. Right, so they have a monster negate. What do we do? I want to get something, but like nothing here's good. Right, okay, I don't know what... I need to play around an Omni Negate. Or a Monster Negate, quick effect. I think we just Chalice. Unfortunately, everything they currently control is different types. Like, I think I can stop them from getting to new things, but I can't actually, like... It's too difficult. Banish 1, banish 2. For, like... a worm? Everything's just a different type. Everything. I have got the worst Floodgate against this deck that I could possibly have. I also apparently went second against a deck that now just wants to go first and ignore its battle phase identity, so that's great. Like, Glad Beasts don't really care too much about making it to combat if you can just summon, like, a monster negate, a spell trap negate, and, like, more, effectively. Psychic, like, why are all these different? You had several, like, Beast Warriors, Beasts, and everything. Now suddenly you've spread it out all over the place, and I'm the one with the duplicates. They get to conduct the next battle phase twice. I am just dead. Like, obscenely. Like, if I check the log... Where are we looking? They added War Chariot. They've got 2 War Chariot. Yeah, they've got the next battle phase twice. I really can't be dealing with that. Why can't I target? No, why can't I target the Link monster? Why can't I target the Link monster? Except during the battle phase. Fuck. It's not as bad as Tenpai. Like, not anywhere close. But I really hate going up against it. It's a deck that just, like, wants to OTK, but now, like, wanted to OTK, but now just wants to go first, like everything else. So it's not even like I get the illusion of just being able to play the game. Like, Tenpai will try and stop you from playing the game. Like, they will just, like, hand trap you to oblivion. But, like, they're still going second at the end of the day, you know? Connection. I really hope that's not my end again. No response from the game server. Fantastic. Resonator, mate. Oh dear. Well, at least we're going first for it. Small things that help out. Okay, and that one just went through, so I don't think it was our end. Although, this hand ain't particularly great. It's a board wipe and a monster theft, and I'm not sure if they can play through that, but on the other hand, what do we have for our follow-up turn? Not loads. It cannot get to this weekend soon enough. I know it's only one more day of work, but, like, come on. We're basically there. Yeah. So where do you torrential this? You definitely don't torrential on, like, the first. You gotta let them commit to the normal summon. The thing is, unfortunately, Crimson Gaia does just, like, give them a turn 2. And I don't really have reliable spell trap removal. No, Yazi is, like, the most reliable spell trap removal I have. Yazi, the Nightmare Phoenix, before the Nightmare Phoenix. Well, you want to get that down to a level 2. Surely. That was just normal summoned, I do believe. Oh. Well, I guess we take those, you know? Opponent claims they misplayed, I will not hesitate in taking that victory. We'll open some legacy tickets first. Right, see what we can get as a nice reward for, like, having to, you know, play through a dropout. It's generic, and it's part of various FTKs, but we can't do anything with this particularly. Definitely not consistently. Crashberg, terrible. Cry Havoc. That's pretty bad. Vampire, is it a once per turn? It's not a once per turn, so you can just keep going, but you gotta keep doing it, so no. Vampire Baby again, Magical Plant, Rider, Fairy, a Cloudian card. I mean, hey, we got a Legacy Pack UR, and it's just absolutely awful. Right. I need to go to the toilet, so I'll leave you guys to speculate on what this pack could contain. Be right back. And once more we are back. Alright, let's put the screens back up again to where they need to be. And this pack has been kept waiting long enough. Apparently not long enough. Laval card, oh dear. These, yeah, you know, that's, 8 Yugioh cards. So it is a description of them. It is accurate. These ones could be shiny, or they could just be glossy. Could be either or. Who knows? Well, no, okay, there's a possible super rare. Double Cyclone's a nice pickup. DD Tuner 111. And its extension for the deck, which we don't even have in the works in the first place. The original Skill Guardian card, you know. Don't think we have Sulphur Chords, really. I could have a look, but I'm pretty sure we don't. Another Shadow Vampire. I think we've already got 3 of this guy now. Planet Pollutant Virus, which requires to tribute an alien. It is, like, good as far as alien support goes. Like, yeah. The problem is that aliens are awful. Like, just terribly, terribly bad. Right, if I go to my deck in the duel screen, I should probably look at what virus cards we have, right? We have 2 copies of Crush Card Virus, 1000 or less, and then, no, 1000... No, 1500 or more, 1500 or less, right. This one, contribute any V-Jam. Assault Synchron, Condemned Witch, in the case that, like, we're throwing an effect negate. This one, contribute both Bestials, and that's it, I believe. At least from the main deck. The, what's it? The Crush card can also tribute Destrudo from the main deck. And Cell Explosion Virus, that's another thing for aliens, I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah, it's a conditional Mirror Force. Do we in fact put, like, one of these in the deck? Or do we put one of the other ones in the deck? The thing is, like, the tokens that we all summon are light, so we can't use those. They are also, like, right between the range, because that's 1000 or less, 2000 or more. Let's see. So anything we'd like to cut for this kind of tech? I don't think so. As stated prior, like, all our cards are kind of just, like, good. And as such, getting this in place of one of the cards we already have is probably not a great idea, and we probably just want to run it in a deck where we have a higher concentration of darks to begin with. So let's keep going. It's just interesting food for thought. Like, it's the bit I like about having a limited card pool. You think a lot more about what the individual choices are than when you're doing a constructed deck, I think. Because in a constructed deck, you have the fairly reasonable assurance that your game plan is going to work. You don't quite have the same thing in Masochist. Which is why, as much as Inspector Border doesn't work with our Cashiers and our Time Lord, we play it anyway. Because Inspector Border just wins games. Anti-synergies in actual constructed decks are a bad idea. Okay. Not going to stop you from drawing 2 cards. Especially when you're banishing your whole deck for them, pretty much. Imperm. Okay. We still have Punishment Chalice. mean, yeah. We just stop that. And then I think for the next one we just, punishment, probably. Although they might actually just beat over the Inspector border. Is that a second one? It's funny. Okay, so in this case we're doing this. And we're pitching Pexus. Oh, I probably should have chained on. They now have a level 4 in the grave. Level 4 Ryziel in the grave. Okay, doesn't matter. Nice and easy, apparently. That's how you beat Ryziel. Chalice, Order, and Punishment for, like, any card. And yeah, it is just Ryziel with a Galaxy Eyes Tachyon. So wait, can you do anything with this? Dragon Xyz monster declares an attack, attach this card. If Dragon Xyz monster is on the field. So none of these are Dragon Xyz monsters. Hate to burst their bubble. But like... Okay, no, you've got the Photon Dragon. And it is a Galaxy card. Add it to your hand. Gets attacking. Okay, so no, it does work. For a second I was thinking just like, what in the hell is this, you know? Just doesn't look like it's working, doesn't look like it should be there. 2 more Master Packs for a truly skillful game. Remarkable play. I need to stop tearing up my feet. We already have those. That's Blue Eyes support, but we don't have a Blue Eyes. Skull Servant, Thrasher, Tenyi, and we just aren't playing that. I don't think we have a reasonable target even. Right, next one. That is a Flame Metal Morph, which is good to have. It ups the consistency. But these are all but 2 duplicates. If you control level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy, special summon a level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy. So if you got to one, you get to another. Normal special summon, you can add an Earthbound Prison or Harmonic Synchro Fusion. I don't think we have either of those. It is a level 3 Fiend Tuner, which we can normal summon. I'm not sure how relevant that is. I don't think it's particularly important. But maybe we should have a look, just in case. There's like definitely nothing we can make with Harmonic Synchro Fusion though. Oh, we have Harmonic Synchro Fusion. We can't add Earthbound Prison because that's that one. Deck or graveyard to your hand. 3. So we could in theory make like the both of these if we've got a 3 and a 3 on field. Problem is one of them has to be special summon, that one has to be normal summon, so... And then what do these do if I even manage to get the Harmonic Synchro Fusion off? During the main phase, quick effect, target monster opponent controls. Your opponent chooses one of these, destroy, or for me to apply. Destroy or gain the life. During battle phase, quick effect fusion summon by banishing materials from hand, field, or grave. If special summon, you can add an Earthbound monster. Target Dark Synchro, it can attack directly. Target one of those. So yeah, it's really heavy on the burn. And it's not like these do particularly amazing things. Unsurprisingly. On with the next game. And let's see just how favourable Lady Luck is to us today. I feel like it's been very hit and miss. Although that's pretty good. We'll take that. Yes, please. Can I persuade you to take that? Thank you. I mean, as far as hands go, I'm not opposed to it. That's from extra. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with one draw. I think they're considering stopping me from getting my one draw. I'm confused. Do you want me to combo or do you not want me to combo? Alright, unfortunately this one's now stuck on the field, and if we get another one we're kind of stuck. Just generally. On the other hand, we have, you know, Chalice and we have Tikaboo. That's not terrible. These guys are all different, aren't they? Of course they would be. Winged, Spellcaster, Beast, Beast Warrior. Of course they would be. Why would they be the same cards, you know? Why would they be the same? They're all based on protective, like, deities I'd hazard a guess at, right? Like, they're all blessings of Horus, so yeah, surely they'd be, Yeah, the problem is that Horus just does it. They've got one card in hand, and they're probably using it for King Sark, I'd assume. There's that one. Oh, they get to add 2. They're going to have more fuel for it. I think we just have to let this go. Like, there's nothing we can do about these anyway, so that's really rough. I haven't used their normal summon yet. Which I think maybe it was a mistake to wait this long. I probably should have... What is it? Okay, we leave that. Yeah. You have a zombie. No more zombies. They can get to a Horus. But unfortunately, I can't stop the one Horus they can get this turn. Yeah, they just link summon. There's Linkaribo. But it's either beat stick or normal summon, right? No, they can do both. Yeah, pitch that, get a Horus. For Imseti, probably. I would assume so, anyway. Yep. Opponent's card effect, okay. And so, how are you getting Skull Servant on the field? Okay. Okay, the obvious problem is that I can't do anything about this. I'm going to be domed for 6k. Well, 6-3. I could drop it down to 7, but I don't think I want to. Unfortunately, that is going to the banish zone. And I don't know what options I really have left. I know it sounds rather pitiful, but I don't. I need to prevent them from getting to more Horus cards and somehow clear the already existing Horus card. Biam. Yeah, that's not doing it. It is just that easy. They just win. It's frustrating. You stopped my combo with one hand trap. Pitch yourself for another that, you know, apparently just wasn't gonna do anything. Well, you could have at least held it. It would have been smarter for them to hold it. Like, that's the other thing. Oh, I'm going first. Well, that gives me tears of joy. Surely. Well, I've got Cashier of Fenrir, I've got Crackdown, and I've got Olenoids. I kind of like that. Okay, we get that. We get Cashier Ogre. Nice, easy. Set 1. Set 2. Set 3. And hopefully this is what we call gaming against a 60 card deck. No, it's not what we call gaming, because they just open Lightning Storm, as is fair and balanced. A 2-of in 60. Cheers. And there's Fiendsmith. A 2-of in 60. What the bloody hell are you doing? Oh, there's Ra. Can't currently tribute with my monsters. I think they're about to fix that. I know I shouldn't be able to be mad at this, but this is just fucking bullshit. What do you mean they open a specific 6-card hand in 60? That is... no, that's not okay. This deck is ass. You're just hoping to open one of the good things and hope it works. Yes. They're maining evenly, man. Do they want their battle phase or do they not want their battle phase? Like, what is wrong with them? 2 Maxi, 1 Perulia, 1 Fuelos, 1 Meows. You wouldn't want to get more cards to draw, would you? You wouldn't rather, like, replace these cards, which could be bricks, with, you know, these cards, which will probably do something for you, would you? No, this is not a good game. This is absolute awful deck building. How are you not lower? My deck ain't great, but I've got a strategy in it. It's not 60 cards, which means I open it slightly more often. You're playing Construction and you're playing it badly. Why are you here? main one. Just, you know, you could pass turn. It'd be real nice. You could even surrender. Those are both, like, very valid options right here. As condolences for the deck I just had to face, you know. It feels only fitting. It's a fucking one-off. I know my deck contains a lot of one-offs. But, like, my deck has a few two-offs by this point, which work in combination with some of these one-offs. Like, I have combos. Can my opponent just... Can I draw, like, mildly decent two-offs, or three-offs, and they not draw power one-offs? Is that a compatible world? Do they know what they're doing? They're in Plat 3. In theory, they should know what they're doing. But at the same time, they're playing Adventure Sky Striker, which doesn't strike me as anything amazing, pun intended. Because congratulations, you've now blocked up your main monster zones. Or you've used your main monster zones, which turns off every Sky Striker spell. And these are all Sky Striker monsters. Light and or darks. What are you? You're on Earth. So like, 2 effects, 2 light and or darks, 2 monsters including a link. 2 monsters including a Sky Striker. So they could link it off, but it's linking it off for just a poor choice in general. I mean, summoning it was a poor choice. And the thing is, I don't even have to punish. I have MST, but it's a trap. I have a trap, I have a trap, and a set monster. And because they're not playing into the anima column, it is just a set monster. Okay. Are you going to put it next to the token? No. Couldn't be that kind to me. So, like, they have the Omni Negate from Griffin. They have Draco back. But you keep that in hand. Well, now what? You've turned off your Sky Striker stuff, you're just relying on the adventure doing an Omni Negate for you. They're taking their time with it, they're thinking, Say one thing about this week, although it's been really, really slow at work, it has been a lot cooler weather, which has been so nice. Last week was a little bit of a heat wave, and again, particularly miserable for playing, like, either streaming or playing online with people, just because laptop and generates heat. But that, and at work, like, you know, it was 3 drinks mandatory to just try and get through the day, and you're then putting Zodiac on top of it. This is just a pile of cards. Like, what year? There's Versailles. Is it Dragoon? It fucking is. I want my opponent to feel what it's like to piss out that sword. That is a relatively accurate summary of my current emotional state. They're playing so slow. They set up a couple of negates at the speed of, again, like 2 miles an hour. They just, you don't have to do anything. Is that it?